This show is brought to you by NMDC Group.
The UAE expects 6% economic growth this year, and oil slips ahead of the Fed's interest rate decision tonight. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Faraj. The UAE economy grew by around 3.8% in the first half of this year and is projected to grow by 6% by end year, according to Minister of Economy Abdullah bin Tuq Al-Mari. Al-Mari says his ministry is pushing ahead with plans to double the UAE's GDP by 2031 to 820 billion dirhams from the current 408 billion. Al-Mari said the non-oil sector expanded by around 4.5% in the first half of this year and was a driver for the UAE's strong performance. Russia was the UAE's top gold source last year, with the Emirates importing 96.4 tons of gold from Russia, more than any other country. According to the UN's Comtrade database, it's 15 times the amount of gold the UAE imported from Russia in 2021, and it's about a third of Russia's annual gold production. Last year was the first time the UAE played a big part in trading Russian gold. Pre-war, most of Russia's gold was exported to London. Kuwait's foreign petroleum exploration company has inked a deal with Shell subsidiary BG International to purchase 40% of Egypt's Nile Delta offshore Block 3 for an undisclosed amount. Shell will remain the operator in Block 3. Officials say the partnership in Block 3 will help the Kuwaiti firm boost its offshore assets and exploration activities in Egypt. Oil prices fell by more than $1 today ahead of the Fed's interest rate decision tonight at 10 p.m. Gulf Standard Time. Brent crude futures fell to $92. West Texas futures fell to $89. Investors are uncertain when peak rates will be hit and how much of an impact it will have on energy demand. They're awaiting the Fed's decision to assess the outlook for economic growth and fuel demand. Morocco's inflation accelerated to 5% year-on-year in August from 4.9% in July. The official consumer price index reveals food prices, the main driver for inflation in Morocco, rose by 10.4% from a year earlier. Non-food inflation increased by 1.3%. On a month-on-month basis, the index rose by 0.3%. British inflation, meanwhile, unexpectedly slowed in August, hitting an 18-month low. It sparked hope this week's widely forecast interest rate hike by the Bank of England could be its last for now, after it raised rates 14 times running to 5.25%. UK CPI dropped slightly to 6.7%, its lowest level since February 2022. It comes one day after data showed Eurozone inflation also slowed slightly in August. However, UK inflation remains the highest in the G7. Let's take a look now at today's Forbes RealTime Billionaires ranking, which tracks the daily ups and downs of the world's wealthiest people. Our biggest loser today is Jeff Bezos. He's down $3.2 billion, still with net wealth of $160.4 billion. Our second biggest loser today is LVMH's Bernard Arnault, down $1.9 billion. And our third place loser is Mukesh Ambani, down $2 billion with net wealth of $92.6 billion. Check out our website and our social media for all of the latest billionaires news. And staying with Indian billionaires, French firm Total Energies has confirmed it will invest $300 million in a joint venture with Gautam Adani's Green Energy company to develop wind and solar electricity production. The joint venture will include wind and solar assets that Adani Green Energy already operates and is building and developing in India. Total says it will make an equity investment to further support their development. And 1 in every 5 new cars sold in the EU in August was an electric vehicle. Official data shows last month the EU's battery electric car registrations reached over 165,000 units, posting a marked growth of 118.1% over the year-ago period. It not only indicates consumer interest in sustainability, but also points to an auto sector that's recovered from COVID-19 related supply issues. Last year, the semiconductor shortage affected various sectors worldwide, especially the automotive and the electronic industries. I'm Ramia Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
This show is brought to you by NMDC Group.